Okay, guys. So we're going to talk all about duplication tonight. So the secret sauce of this business is duplication. You might see people be shouted out for signing 1 million people. You might see people be shouted out for signing 5 distributors a month. It doesn't really matter at that point. Like, if you are not duplicating, why is that girl? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I meant to put myself as the speaker view, but somebody else, spotlight view. Okay. Okay. So, okay, you're right. Jamie, that sucks. I can't do that. Okay, anyways. So, the whole point, you guys, is that I want you to be able to duplicate your business like I have duplicated my business. I want you guys to be able to bring distributors in, and I want you to be able to help them get to Ruby and coach them to get to Ruby and coach them to get to Diamond and above. I do not want to see you working 18 hours a day at this business to make, $300 a month. Okay. I do not want to see you sign 80 customers and just no distributors, right? The duplication comes when you are able to bring in both customers and distributors and teach your distributors to bring in customers. That's the power of this business. That's how we're best paid. And that's how you have a real growing residual business, because guess what? You might have all the time in the world, or you might be able to have 12 hours of work here and 12 hours of work there. That's great. But the average person might not be able to do that. And so in order for you to create a duplicatable business, you have to duplicate what you're doing. And if what you're doing is not duplicatable, you're not going to duplicate your business. How many times can I say duplicatable? How many times did I say it? I'm just kidding. The thing I'm going to start with, you guys, is vision. Okay. Duplication, it starts with vision. And this is something that I learned fairly early on, realizing that if I didn't have a vision of where I was going, no one on my team would work. And no one on my team would decide that they were going to go Ruby, or they were going to go Emerald, or they were going to go Diamond. And so you really just have to have that vision of where you're going in the next 30 days. And I want you guys to take notes right now, because this is important. I'm not throwing crap out there. I'm throwing out things that I want you to implement. So deciding where you want to be in the next 30 days. Where do you want to be at the end of March? What is your goal by the end of March? I don't know if it's going to be signing 5 distributors and earning 5 fast start bonuses. I don't know if it's going to be you promoting to the next rank or helping somebody promote to the next rank, but you have to have that clear vision of your goal in the next 30 days, the next 6 months, and the next year. For me, I have mine. I already know where I want to be at in the next 5 years. I'm thinking that far ahead. But I want you guys to minimum have 30 days, 6 months, and a year. That's so important that you have that vision for yourself, because that's honestly where it all starts at. And I want you guys to understand too that nothing in life comes easy. So this guy, I was telling some of the diamonds about it, and then in a minute, I'm going to let Jamie just share a little bit about vision. But this guy on my Instagram, it was so crazy, because I was like, Heavenly Father, I need some good stuff for these ladies and gentlemen. I want to be able to inspire them and share with them what this business can do, and that they're all here for a reason, and that they're all capable of success in this business. And I was going through this guy's stories. He's a house builder, so I follow a lot of them right now, because that's what we're doing right now. And somebody said, they asked him a question: how did you start your business? I truly aspire to be as successful as you one day. And he said, I started when I was 17, almost 18. I've designed and built several dozen homes alongside my family and team. This is what he said that just changed my life. I don't know why. We are not for everyone, but the people we are for put everything we have to create some of the most unique and stunning properties for. And there was something that just stood out, because so often, especially on social media, we want to appease everybody. We care what people think, so we don't want to do the real. We care what people think, so we don't want to put our undone face on our stories. We care what people think, so we this or we that, or we won't even make a freaking post because we're too scared of what people might think. And we're trying to appease everybody, but in the meantime, we're not getting anywhere in our business because we're not even willing to put ourselves out there. And when he said, we are not for everyone, but the people we are for, we put everything we have to create some of the most beautiful homes or properties. For me, I was like, That is what I'm here for. I am not for everybody. This business is not for everybody, you guys. As much as I would like to say it's for everybody, the whole entire world cannot be a It Works distributor, right? There wouldn't be people for other jobs. We are not for everybody, but we are looking for that small percentage that we are for. And that to me is the meaning of duplication. That is what it is. I'm not looking for 100 distributors a month. I am looking for the 1% who are willing to lock arms with me and run and put their all into this business and duplicate it. And these people build freaking basically castles. Like, so don't ever think that because you are looking for a small percentage of people that really want it, that you're not going to have large success. The company will shout out the top enrollers. Like I was a part of it for this month, but I haven't been a part of it for like the last 2 years. Okay. But here's the deal. Like, the company will shout that out, but I want you to know that that's not necessarily where success comes in. My success being number 2 has not come with the numbers. My success has come with being consistently bringing new people in each month that I am able to coach and duplicate with. It's me finding Jamie. It's me finding Mikkel. The months that Jamie and Mikkel signed, you guys, they're both presidentials. The month they signed, I'm sure I at least signed 8 other distributors, at least, okay? 8 other distributors that month. Those people are not here. I was not looking for 9 distributors to go presidential. I was looking for my 1%. And that is the power of the duplication, you guys. But we have to be willing to put ourselves out there, because just like these home builders, this guy, their company is worth billions, okay? You can make millions and billions if you are willing to just hone in and find that 1%. And sometimes that takes patience. Sometimes if you're new to social media, you're not going to find your runners right away. Maybe you'll find some. The people that I went diamond and double diamond with, you guys, that's about $2,000 a month and about $5,000 a month, are not here today. I think Eliana and Stacy both signed up. Actually, Stacy signed up when I was diamond. Eliana signed up when I was double, I think. I can't remember. But anyways, my whole point to say is that everyone I went diamond with is not here today. And I was making $2,000 a month. They just weren't my people. They weren't my 1%, but I kept going and I found my 1%. That's one of those things. You have to be impatiently patient. You have to have a vision of where you want to be in the next month to 6 months. And you have to be willing to put in the work consistently every day, but also be willing to see it through, you guys. Most people just quit too soon. That's the only reason they fail. They just never see the fruits of their labor. So, and then another thing he said was, this is the dumbest thing ever on one of his posts. He said, nothing worth having comes easy. And he's freaking posting a picture of someone's house. And I'm like, you are damn right. Like, I'm building my house and nothing worth it. Like, nothing comes easy, you guys, if it is worth it, if it is big. Like, you want to be the 1%, we have got to start acting like the 1%. You can't be like, you know what, Christy, I'm not posting a reel today because I don't look good. No, be the damn 1%. Get your butt in the shower, go get dressed, and go freaking do a reel. Or do a reel undone. I don't care. But be the freaking 1%, you guys. You have to stand out. Start to stand out. So anyways, Jamie, I want you to share about vision because you just changed all of our lives earlier.
Okay, you guys, so we were just talking a little bit about vision and why it's like so important. And you know, people want to follow leaders. They want to follow people who are winning. And if you don't cast that vision for your own self, you're not going to get there. So you have to be very clear. We don't just talk about vision out our butts like for no reason because it's fun. Like, we talk about it because it is so important. And if you don't have the vision for yourself, you can't help people go in the same direction that you want to go. You have to have the vision. And I feel like sometimes there's a couple things that hold us back from creating that vision. And whether it's, you know, you have a huge team or whether you have a small team and you have like one distributor under you right now, or maybe you don't have any distributors under you right now and you're casting the vision for your potential distributors, the people that are watching you. You know, sometimes that holds you back because you don't want to look selfish. And I know that you can say yes in the chat, but I know that there's got to be some of you that, you know, it holds you back because you do. But if you look at it in this sense, when Christy says, you know, I want to go, you know, double ambassador, nobody thought it was because she was selfish. Now, when she's saying, I want to go black diamond, I want to earn $160,000 a month, nobody is looking at her saying, okay, Christy is so selfish. Like, why would she say that? You know, and then Mark, as another example, when Mark says, let's go team, let's get these bonuses, let's get these people to Ruby, let's, you know, make this happen, make that happen. None of us are sitting there thinking and saying, oh my gosh, Mark is so freaking selfish. Why would he push us to work? He only wants us to work because he wants to build this company. Nobody is thinking that. So stop thinking that about your own self and your own team and the people who are watching you. Nobody is thinking that. That's all in your own head. So stop thinking that you can't shout out your goals, and you can't say, you know, where you have been, what you're earning now, where you want to go, what your goals are. It doesn't matter how big they are, you guys. It doesn't matter. It is not selfish. It is going to be inspiring to people. And if they think it's selfish, they're not your people anyways, you know, like they're not the people that you want to bring into your circle. Like, you just don't. And so if you think about it in that sense, you know, of, did I think Christy was selfish? Do I think Mark is selfish? No, you don't. So stop holding your back with the selfish card, okay? And then just one more thing to kind of like drive it home is I was listening to a book, and I'll tell you guys what the book is after, but in there he talked about you know, the parable of talents. And so I'm just going to put a disclaimer on this that I'm not super well versed in the parable of talents, okay? So if I mess it up, don't at me. But I'm going to give you the gist, okay? So there were 3 people. One was given 1 bag of gold, right? One was given 2 bags of gold, and one was given 5. So the person who was given 5, they went out and doubled it, and they came back with 10. The one who was given 2 doubled it and came back with 4. And the one who was given 1, he didn't do anything with it. He like latched onto that super hard, and he was so afraid that he would lose it. He didn't do anything with it. So he buried it. So when God came back, he got like reprimanded. He was like, you lazy fool. You did nothing with the talents that I gave you. You did not go out and you did not multiply. And so he took it from him. And the one who got 4, like, yay, good job. But the one who multiplied and brought back 10, he gave her the one guy's 1 bag. And so she ended up with an extra because she did what she was supposed to do. She went out and she used her talents and she multiplied. And so she was trusted with more. Yeah, we're having Bible study right now. She was trusted with more, but you guys, that's the same for us. If we get so scared about it that, you know, we can't do these things and we can't talk about the things, but if we are responsible with them, we are entrusted with more. We are given more. More is brought into our space. And so you need to think of it in that sense. We are supposed to talk about these things. We are supposed to live in abundance. We are supposed to make money. And if you know, in the book, he talked about it and he said, if God was a socialist God, he would have taken from, we're not like, not politics and stuff, guys, okay? But just like for the example, if he were to take, he would have taken from the girl who came back with more. He would have taken from the guy who came back with more, and he would have given to the guy who did nothing with it. But that's not what he did. He got reprimanded and he said, you lazy fool. You did not go out and you did not multiply. You did not do what I asked you to do. And so you can liken it to what we are doing, you guys. We are supposed to use our talents. We're supposed to go out and show people what the possibilities are, what the potential is. You know, it's okay for Christy to go out and say, I want to make this much money, or for Whitney to go out and say, I want to do this much. It doesn't matter what the amounts are. Use your talents and go out and show people what the possibilities are, what the potential is. You are supposed to be doing it. And if you are not, then you are going to be that lazy fool, okay? You do not want to be the lazy fool, the one who's getting in trouble. So anyways, it was a really good moment for me where I was like, oh, Oh my gosh, that just gave me permission. It gave me permission to think bigger and to, you know, be louder. And as I have been louder on my social media about things, I am bringing more into my space. I am being, you know, trusted with more. And I am bringing in the people that I'm like praying for, you know, because I'm being trusted with more. And so, anyways, I'll tell you guys what the book is so that you guys, I have not finished it yet. So there's my disclaimer, but I'm on I'm on chapter 7, and it's really, really good so far. So it's called X. Let me see if I can, so it looks like this. It's called X, and it's by John Bevere. And it says multiply your God-given talent or your God-given potential under it by John Bevere. I'm listening to it on Audible. But if anybody has something that has, you know, held them back because you feel selfish or you don't feel worthy of the income, you have a scarcity mindset about money, whatever it is, you don't have to want to make $1 million. If you want to make $500 a month, $1,000 a month, and you don't feel quite worthy of it, then get this book. It's really good, and it will break through some of those fears. And it's John Bevere, Bevere.
Ooh, that was so good. The Lord is speaking through Jamie tonight. We've already decided that. Okay. Okay. So at the end here, I'm going to talk about how we've been already implementing duplication in our team more without you guys even realizing it, but I don't want to get off topic or off track. So you guys, creating that vision, it kind of is like a 3-step thing, okay? Number 1, you have to decide where you want to be in 30 to 60 days. Whenever I choose a goal or something that I want that is kind of overwhelming, I break it down. So like, for example, this is how my brain works just in general. For example, when we have been planning an event, like for our team, I'm like, I don't even know where to start. So what I'll do is I'll be like, all right, food, date, house. Okay, house. Let me go look for the house. I will break it down like that. Same thing for our house that we are designing and building right now. Aaron's like, we need to pick out what we want. And I'm like, I don't know where to start. So I'm like, I made a list. I was like, okay, master bedrooms, flooring, bathrooms. I'm like, okay, let me go on Pinterest. This is the bathroom I want. And I break it down like that. You have to break down your life goals like that. And I just want to say, before I kind of give you guys those 3 tips, like I was just going through the pages of you all, like writing down the book Jamie just said and taking notes and just listening. And it just makes me so freaking happy and excited. And I'm just like, look at all of these people, you guys, like just scroll through it. Look at all of these people that are hungering for a better life because of this business. Like, I don't know why I just like got this like overwhelming amount of gratitude, because I am always like hungry for more. I'm always like, oh crap, I need to go sign some people, help them go Ruby. Like I'm like, go, 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 go. But like to just reflect and look at the people that are around you, even if you're a brand new distributor, just look and be like, wow, like I'm surrounded by people who are like, give me a book. I'm hungry to learn. I'm hungry to read. I'm hungry to grow. Like it's just so freaking mind blowing, because I know when this business changes your life financially, you've hit a point where you've already changed internally as well. And that changes everything else around you. For me, it changed my marriage. It changed my parenting. It changed everything. So that just made me super happy to just kind of look at everybody, and it was super awesome. Okay. So number 1, write it down. Okay. It's funny because some people might be like, well, duh. Well, not duh, because until somebody told me that I needed to start writing down my goals, I never did. I had never made a dream board. Maybe it's you writing it on a sticky note that you see every day. Maybe it's you making a dream board, but somewhere, somehow you need to write your goal down. Okay. So write your goal down. It's because motivation doesn't last, you guys. Motivation is a feeling, and sometimes I feel like I love my husband, and sometimes I feel like I don't love him. Once a month usually, and TMI, but it's fine. That's just real life. Like sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I love you so much, but like, just go away from me right now. And that's just true life, right? So, you know, motivation, it's not going to last. You're going to be pumped after this. And then some of you guys might be so overwhelmed with emotions that you go do nothing, right? You don't even take any action because you're like, I'll start tomorrow. I'm so overwhelmed. I want you to write down your goals and decide, you guys, decide that with your spouse or not. I had to be the vision caster for my family before Aaron had caught up. Like that's just what it was. He was not, he did not see what I saw in this business. He saw that, okay, there could be potential. He didn't see the lives changed yet. He didn't see anything. So I had to cast the vision for myself and for my family first. Okay. In order to, you know, allow him to catch up. So you might make that goal with your spouse, you might not, and that's okay. Sometimes you just got to be alone in your own goal, and then share it publicly, like Jamie said. It's funny because sometimes like Savannah like won't tell me something, but then she'll post on her stories. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? She's like, you know how we are. So we'll like share publicly, but like we don't want to get emotional. The second thing is build a habit, you guys. Okay, once you build that habit, it won't go away. I promise you, it won't go away if you keep at it. So for example, brushing your teeth, it's the freaking simplest thing in the world. Once upon a time, I'm sure my mom had to force the freaking crap out of me to brush my teeth, just like I have to do to my kids. I'm like, okay, brush your teeth, brush your teeth, brush your teeth. Sometimes we would suck at it and they would just go to bed and they wouldn't brush their teeth. But now they know they go straight upstairs and that's the first thing they do before they get in bed. We don't even have to tell them anymore because they know that's the routine. Charlie saw the other kids going to brush her teeth and I was going to put her down and she screamed because she's like, I should be in there brushing my teeth with them. So like, I don't care what routine you have now, in order to have a vision and have a goal, you guys, you have to build that habit of the work. Okay. Sometimes you got to force yourself, and that's just real life. Okay. You want to be the 1%, you got to act like the 1%. Okay. The next one is you have to consistently reconnect to your why, you guys, your purpose. So it's that goal, but like, why did you start the business? You have to reconnect to that because again, that motivation, it's not going to last. But because you have the habit and the consistency, like Shandy just said, you will hit the goal. It's like you go down and then you go back up. Oh, well, I have the consistency and the habits, so I am going to hit that goal regardless. Okay. And another thing I'll share before I let Ashley share. So you guys, this is another part of duplication. Okay. It's simple, and maybe you don't have any distributors yet, but soon you will. Work with the people who are showing up. Okay. Talk is cheap. I get caught in this trap all the time with new distributors. I listen to what they say and not what they do. And I have to check myself. I'm like, okay, she's saying this, but she's not doing that. And vice versa. And you have to check yourself. Are you being a talker? Are you showing up to team training and not ever freaking doing anything? Because we notice and it's frustrating. And I say that in a way of like, people know what you're capable of. So start stepping up. Okay. Because I am giving every single person on here permission to work with the people who are doing something, not saying something. I am giving you guys permission to work with the ones who are actually showing up. A lot of the times we accidentally do the opposite. We give 90% of our time to the ones that are not doing anything. And we start to like, hey guys, where are you? 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 You know, and then the other 10% is kind of just rolling on their own. But imagine if you had poured into that 10%, how quickly they could go with your help and with your guidance. So I'm just giving you guys that permission that duplication cannot happen with dead people. That's just what it is. It's easier to give birth, okay, than to revive the dead. And duplication, it is impossible for you to duplicate nothing, right? 0 times 0 equals 0. Okay. You can't start duplicating until you have somebody that you're working with that is actually working. Okay. So Ashley, I will let you go ahead.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley. Did you want me to share a little bit of my story first?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so my name's Ashley, and I've been in this business for 3 years for my second time around. Guys, I did this business before. It was like all my own fault because I didn't actually do all the things, everything that we're telling you to do. So I ended up leaving, and I came back after my family was gifted a Thanksgiving meal. It was literally November 27th that I joined in 2017. We were just gifted a Thanksgiving meal, and I did not have the $99, but I knew I never wanted to feel that struggle again. And I knew that this business could give me the freedom. So I was in control, right? Like if I didn't want my family to struggle, then I would just have to go out there and go change that. Let me change the view on this real quick. I'm like, I can't talk to myself. But literally like, so I started and since saying yes to this business, guys, it took us 14 months. We ended up going completely debt free. During that time, my husband had always paid all the bills, and I wasn't all the way in with my business, right? Like I was doing all the things, but I wasn't really doing all the things simultaneously until my husband was actually attacked by a pit bull when he was on the job, and we knew he had to go in for surgery. Long story short, I had no choice but to have this business actually work, actually pay my bills and everything else in between. So quitting literally became off the table. It wasn't just a side hustle anymore. I feel like that word is like, I'm like, somebody says side hustle. I'm like, okay, if that's what you want to make it. But if you want to make it more than that, then get that out of your vocabulary because it is what you make it. And as soon as I completely changed my mindset, within 90 days, I had gone from a Ruby rank, which is one of the first ranks in the company. I mean, people go Ruby in your first 30 days, right? So I had stayed Ruby for about a year in my business. And then I just completely decided. And within 90 days, we completely changed our life, went debt free, retired my husband. He never went back to his physical labor job after his surgeries, which is so crazy because had I not started this business, then like, I don't know what we would have done. So long story short, this business can completely change your life, but you have to decide to let it. And going back to kind of like what Jamie was talking about your goals. So I feel like there's two parts of success in my opinion. One, like, but you have to have both, right? You have to actually do the work, right? You have to become your own runner first. You have to be the one to actually do all the things, learn this business, create those new habits, just like Christy was saying. But the other part is getting loud about your goals. And you could be really good at getting loud about your goals, but now you're not doing the work. Or you could be really good about doing the work, but now you're not loud about your goals, so you're missing the duplication factor. You cannot have a successful business without the duplication. So you can do all of the work, but if you're not getting loud about your goals, about the work you're doing, if you're not showing your team what you're doing and how you're doing it, then you're not going to have the duplication. And for me, I feel like for the longest time, I was like quiet. Like I was doing my work behind the scenes. How many of you guys feel like that? You're doing your work behind the scenes and you're like, ooh, should I shout out? I got a customer. Should I do this? Should I do that? What if I'm like discouraging other people that maybe aren't doing it? Like I've had all of these own thoughts in my own head where I'm just like, should I be loud? Should I not? And the answer is yes. Be loud about your goals every single time. Your team, your future team, your following, they need to see you winning and they need to see how you're doing it, where you're doing it. They need to see you working. Like right now on the Zoom, put this on your story. Let them see what work looks like to you. Get loud about every single part of your business. And that's how the duplication happens. And then when people are joining your team, one, you're showing your following. People are going to be joining your team and they're going to want to do what you do because they've seen you do your work, right? And the same thing for your team. So just get loud every step of the way. Never feel guilty about sharing your goals. When I first started, guys, I got to where I am by sharing my goals, not by like, you know, I hadn't had that success. And I feel like sometimes we get caught up in like, okay, but y'all are talking about doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm just starting. So what are you wanting to do? Why did you start? Talk about that. Talk about that to your team, to your following. That's going to inspire people. And like that was my thing when I started. I would post like, guys, mark my words, like, you know, I just started this business, but this business is going to take me debt free. And I believe that. So like, what is it for you? The same way Jamie was saying, you know, with your goals and, you know, being a good steward of your money, things like that, and God's going to reward you. So set your goals, lay them all out and get loud on your social media about them. And yeah, just kind of do the work. When you're doing the work and you're getting loud about your goals, that's the duplication part of it. And literally, if you are doing those things, it's so simple. Before you know it, just trust the process and you're going to have that success.
I love that so much. It's so true. You can't have one without the other. It's just what it comes down to. You can't have one without the other. And I've had people, they're like, I'm sending so many messages. I'm like, girl, you ain't even like posting though. Like that's the same thing as being loud because you're talking about where you came from, what you're doing and where you're going. Like you cannot have one without the other because the people that you're talking to behind closed doors, your outer social media is the deal sealer. Like it is. You know, my stories, my lifestyle, you know, me sharing, hey, I'm going here. Hey, I'm helping people promote. Hey, we have a $5,000 bonus that you can earn. When we have those types of things put out, then those messages and those conversations that we're having behind closed doors, then they're like, okay, like I saw your story on that $5,000 bonus that I could earn right now. I'm in. And so it really does take two. So, Kara, I did see your beautiful face. Okay. So I'm going to have Kara share something. So she signed a bunch of doo-doos last week, and, I want her to just share a little bit about her story, but what she's doing just to keep on track, because you guys, the big part of this business is coaching people. You don't have to sign 100, but the amount that you do sign consistently, you have to be willing to coach them. You have to be willing to show up for them. And so she kind of just created something. It's fairly simple, which is what I love, but it helps you stay on track.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so she said really share my story. I wasn't prepared for that, but I'm Kara. My last name is Giuliano now, in case you didn't know how to pronounce that. Now you do. I'm not Italian, but my husband is. Okay, anyway, so I started this business 3 years ago. I'm a triple diamond, but that will not be for long. Going presidential, so you can just start calling me presidential. It's fine. But like Christy said, this system is really simple. So, but I want everyone who's on here to listen, because I feel like when I first started and I heard people talking about how to train distributors, and I thought, well, I don't have a team, so why would I listen to what she's saying, because I don't have any distributors under me. You're going to. So you got to learn these things now and pay attention now, because you're going to have a team. You're going to sign distributors. So prepare now, so that way you know what to do when you sign those distributors, because you're going to. Just keep that in mind. So if you are brand new, really pay attention to how your enroller is teaching you and training you now. Take notes. What I did when I signed up, Stacy signed me up, I literally copied and pasted everything she told me to do into a notes section, so that I knew what to say to my distributor when I first signed them. I didn't know when I was going to sign a distributor, but I knew I was going to, because I jumped all in and knew that if anyone could be successful in this business, I could too. Like, I'm pretty cool, right? So, no, I'm just kidding. But really, if anyone can do it, you can do it too. So just don't forget that. But also don't compare yourself. Just use it as inspiration, as Christy said in the comments a few minutes ago. But anyways, system is super simple. Not only do we have the best trainings in the Make It Happen team page, there's 8 trainings. Don't overwhelm your team so when you sign your first distributor, don't be like, all right, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all in one day. Like, that's a lot of training, so don't overwhelm them. What I do is I just keep a simple list in my agenda. I'm a pen and paper girl. Like, I take this everywhere with me. So when I sign a distributor, I write their name down first. Very simple. Then I write the date, 30 days from the day that they signed up, so I know when they need to earn their shopping spree by, their $150 shopping spree. That's their first goal. Then I'm going to write numbers next to their name. I'm not going to write 1 through 8. I'm going to write the number that they've done. So what I do is I write first, as soon as I get them signed up, I have them sign or into their eSuite, do their tax information, and then I'm going to get them into the team page, and then I'm going to tag them in the first training and write the number 1 next to their name, so I know that I've tagged them in the first training. Now, something that Cami Pentecost always says is inspect what you expect. So don't just tag them in the training and then be like, all right, I tagged them, like they should watch it and know what to do. Some people have never been in a group page before. Some people don't know how group team pages work. People get lost with technology. Not everyone's as savvy with technology. Like, I've never been in one before, so it's new. So inspect what you expect. So follow up with your distributor just like you followed up with them before they signed. So you're going to follow up with them, ask them what they thought, tell them to, when I tag them, I always say, here's the training, take notes, text me when you finish, so I know that they finished and I can mark it down in my tracker. Not everyone will text you after they finish, so I'm going to follow up with them and say, hey, did you finish that training? Oh yeah, I finished, sorry, I forgot to tell you. perfect, that's no problem. Following up. And then I'm going to go through. Now, I've watched the trainings that I'm tagging them in because I want to know what they're learning. So these are newer trainings. So if you've been in for a year, you should watch those trainings so you know what they're learning. So I recap what they learned in that training because I've watched it and I know what's being discussed in the training. So in the first training, for example, Christy goes over the adventure post. Then she goes over the shopping spree. Then she goes over the giveaway and host a post. So you want to go through step by step everything that she went over in that first training before you move them on to training number 2. Otherwise, it was all ineffective if you don't implement what was in the training. So anyways, I'm just like super OCD about tracking and making sure that they're getting what they need to be successful. So it's that's the basics of it.
No, I love it because it really is that simple. You guys, like it really is just making sure that like you inspect what you expect. That was freaking gold because that is like putting into words what duplication is. It's making sure that, hey, I'm expecting them to make their first post. I go when I check, I'm like, hey girl, you didn't make your first post yet. What's happening? You know, like we have to make sure that we are actually paying attention. I have people where I'm like, hey, have you followed up with your new distributor? She's like, oh, she hasn't texted me. And I'm like, what do you mean she hasn't texted you? You're supposed to text her. Anyways, what are you going to say?
That's it. I was just
okay, I thought you looked like you were ready to say something, so I wasn't sure.
You take it away, girl. Bye.
Okay. Kara's pregnant for her first baby, and so we all know how that's like. But she's rocking and rolling it like a cute girl, like the cool girl that she is. But it's so she's like shy. No, you're not. But it's so true. Like it can be as simple as that. Like we just have to pay attention, you guys. This business is honestly like it is hard work because it is consistency and it is a mindset to go even when you don't see the results right now. That's the hard part. The hard part is not the work. It's not keeping a list. It's being like, hey, I'm not going to be lazy today and I'm going to go follow up with my freaking distributor that I just signed that literally trusted me to help them become successful. I convinced them, I promised them that I would be there for them every step of the way. So be there for them every step of the way. Like, trust me, the duplication is worth it. So I was going to write some stuff on here, but I don't think you guys will be able to see it because I think it'll be backwards. So I'm just going to say it. So I have in front of me the first few of my checks. Literally, I signed up in November of 2012, but the first thing showing here is January 2013 because I didn't even make no monies at first, okay? So it doesn't even show the year I signed because I didn't make anything. So you guys, the power of duplication is this. So my first paycheck in this business was $49. Okay, it was $49 and it was 2.5 months after I signed. Okay, 2.5 months after I signed. Yeah, I know. You guys may be like, why the heck are you here? I don't know. I just kept going. The following month, okay, at this point, I don't think I had even signed a distributor yet. At this point, next month, I had made $137. Okay, so I tripled my paycheck almost. Okay, I almost tripled my paycheck, you guys, in 1 month. Okay, the first 2 months I didn't get anything. But after that, I tripled my paycheck in 1 month. Who has ever gotten a paycheck raise at their 9 to 5 where they have tripled their paycheck? Raise your hand. No? None? I didn't think so. Okay. We see that and we're like, dang, I worked for 3 months for $137. No. That's the wrong mindset. The mindset is I just tripled my paycheck in 1 month. That is the mindset you need to have because once you're making $5K, how about you triple that bad boy? Okay. So the following month, I made $586. And I believe at that point, I was an emerald. Okay. I had made $586. So clearly February was a good month for me. I must have signed some DTs. I don't know what happened. Actually, I do know what happened. That's a lie. February, I signed up this girl, you guys. I signed up my mama and I signed up this girl. And my mom was like, sign me up, use me, whatever you need. I was like, okay. And she's my first distributor. So woohoo. And then I signed up this girl that I went to high school with. She messaged me, you guys, and she messaged me. She's like, hey, I want to do a party for you. I got a bunch of people that want to come. I was like, oh, okay, let's do this. And I went to her house and there was like 12 people there. Half of them signed up as customers, half of them signed up as distributors. Okay. I'd never done a party or anything like that before. But that's the reason why I went Emerald. I didn't sign all those people by myself. I duplicated what I was doing by doing that for her. And that's kind of what our potential call did tonight. And because of that, my check went from $137 to $586. Okay. And that's not even with fast start bonuses. So I don't know, do the math. It's like it's almost 4 times more, you guys, almost 4 times more in 1 month. And then long story short, 4 or 5 months later, I went diamond and I made $1,600. Okay. So, essentially I went from January at $50 to August at $1,600. And some of you guys might be really inspired. And some of y'all that make money like Jamie did are like, girl, you work for 8 months for $1,600, like, you crazy, right? You're like, no, wait, I joined the wrong business. And that is the wrong mindset, you guys, because guess what? Then in 2014, my paychecks went from $2,000 to $5,000. Okay. They went from $2,000 to $5,000. The following year, I could just keep going. They went from 5 to 7 to 11, and my highest check that year was 13. Okay. So I know people that are literally CEOs. I don't know them. I'm sorry. I know people that make that kind of money and they're literally CEOs, or they're, I don't know, doctor. I don't know. The people that make a lot of money. The average person doesn't make $13,000 in a month. Okay. That's like a real estate agent having a really good month. Okay. But the thing is there's a lot of people that don't see that, hey, it's not that I made 13,000 overnight. It's not that I got there overnight. And it's not that I made $50 as my first paycheck. It's the fact that within 2 years, I went from no extra income to a $13,000 monthly residual income, you guys. That is crazy. And I can't imagine the amount of fast start bonuses I earned in that time. That is the power of duplication. Do you think I signed up the amount of customers for $13,000? Sure as heck I did not. I know for sure I did not, because I never even signed more than 10 customers in 1 month until like last year. Okay. And that is the power of duplication. I found a few, and then some of them quit. And then I found a few more, and then some of them quit. And I found a few more, and then some of them stuck. And they were like, I see what you're doing here. I see the vision. I want to be the 1% with you. And that was Eliana and Stacy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I made it, right? I made it. And then I was making that was when I was making $7,000 a month, because I was almost triple diamond, and they were both going diamond double. And I was like, I made it, you guys. And then we just kept going, and I kept finding a few more. It is so fun to look back. It's so crazy how everything just fell into place, right? But long story short, you guys, I want you to understand that the power of this business is duplication. Okay. So I wrote down some numbers. So if you guys sign 5 distributors, so I'm going to lay this all out for you. Technically, we made our own damn charts. Okay. So here's the deal. If you're new here, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, that's your job. Ruby, Emerald, Diamond. Right now there's $5,000 for going Emerald, and there's $10,000 bonus for going Diamond. Okay. Those are paid out over 24 months. Long story short, disclaimer. Okay. Here's the deal. Ruby, Emerald, Diamond. If you don't know, you're like $500 a month, go Ruby. If you're like, I want to make $1,000 a month, go Emerald. And if you want to make $2,000 a month, go Diamond. Okay. Past that, ask your leader what rank goes with that income. That's how you're going to decide your goal. So here's the deal. Ruby is technically 3 distributors, each with 400 in sales under them, and you had a total sales of 2,000. Okay. But we were like, why wouldn't we want to make more money? Our compensation plan is made up for us to make more money if we are smart. And so I'm like, let's be smart. So we made our charts in our team page. It's 5 distributors to go Ruby. This is why, okay? Because, and I've explained it too in the team page, if you have 5 distributors, you guys, and you help them each get their 6 customers, okay? They get their 6 customers because you taught them. You taught them host to post. They got into the team system, okay? You are getting paid on your first 6 customers plus 36 total customers now because you taught those 5 people that you brought in. I don't care how long it takes you to find your 5. It might take you a day, it might take you a week, it might take you 3 months. I do not care. Your goal is 5 distributors because as soon as you get your 5, you realize I can get 5 again, and you might do it a little bit faster and then a little bit faster and then a little bit faster. Okay. I never knew it was even possible to sign more than 5 a month until Eliana came in and she signed 20 a month. I was like, what the hell am I doing? And so I was like, oh, okay, we can sign more. Okay. I guess I'll sign more. And then I just changed my mindset and then I just started signing more, and it was crazy. But here's the deal. The duplication is what matters. I do not want you guys to get overwhelmed with signing 20. You do not need to sign 20. But if 20 people are coming to me, I'm not going to turn them away. So that's why I do sign more than 5. Okay. But here's the deal. 5 distributors, you guys, you are going to make money on 36 loyal customers if you teach them to get their 6. Plus, every single time that you enroll a distributor and they have their 6 customers, you guys, you get a $150 fast start bonus. Okay. So that's $150, $150, $150, $150, $150, $750 in just bonuses. Okay. Plus your Ruby paycheck. I do not care how long it takes you to start duplicating yourself. I want you to sign 5 in 1 month. But if it takes you 2 months to sign 5, next month it'll take you the month. You will get faster, you will get better, you will get smarter, okay? You will learn more. But your goal is those freaking 5 distributors as fast as you possibly can. Okay, because then you're going to keep getting faster and you're going to find the right people. Okay. We want our team to have quality people. Like there are sometimes when I'm in a conversation with somebody and I am pushing so hard and I'm like, I'm just going to let go of the reins right now. And I'm going to walk away because if I sign them, they're not going to do crap. You feel it. Right. And so I'm like, I'm going to walk away right now and I'm going to let them come to me when they're ready. I'll follow up. But it's just one of those things where like sometimes if you're pushing too hard, you're going to push them right off the ledge and they're not going to do anything anyways if they sign. So now you have your 5 DTs and you're like, Zam, I'm a baller. I just made $750 in fast starts. I'm getting paid on 36 customers. Oh my gosh, I hit my goal. And I was listening to Pam earlier and she's like, I had a goal of $1,000 and my first month I made 200. Following month, I made 500. Following month, I made 1,000. And she's like, my mentor called me and was like, all right, you ready to make, 2,000? And he was like, she was like, well, do you think I can? He's like, why can't you? Like you just doubled your income the last 3 months. Why can't you? But she had capped herself off at that large, big $1,000 goal. And so I don't want you guys to cap yourself. This duplication will run rampant if your goals are going to meet it out there in the field with the running. So if you guys sign 5 distributors and they sign 5 distributors, you now have 30 people on your team working this business. You guys. Wait, 5 times 5 is 25? Just kidding. You have 25. Why did I write 5? Because you're on 5, but that matters. That doesn't matter. Yeah, that's right. I'm right. 30. I'm right. I'm sorry. I was like looking at my little chart. It's fine. So you do have 30 because you got your own 5. So you guys have now 30 people on your team. Now, that's a perfect world. Let's just be honest. This is a business. Some people sign up and they don't do zilch. You're like, oh, hey, where'd you go? Like, did you die? You're like, what is happening? And that's just me being real and honest with you because you guys might have signed your first distributor and they might go ambassador or they might just literally fall off the face of the earth. And you're like, wow. You're like, what did I do wrong? And it's not you, it's them. So you might sign 5 that sign 5, and that's 30, and that's in a perfect world. And now you have 186 loyal customers on your team that you're getting paid on, they're getting paid on, everybody's like earning, everybody's winning, everybody's making money, everybody's earning fast starts, everybody's winning, okay? But let's just say 3 of them, okay? Let's just say 3 of them sign their 5, okay? You guys still have 20 people on your team that are working this business, okay? You are still getting paid on 108 loyal customers, okay? So even though you might not have duplicated yourself yet, you will. Your people are coming, but you have to bring them in. That's why I said, I do not care how long it takes you to sign your 5, get your freaking 5, okay? And you will find those people and you will duplicate yourself. And so that's just the power of this business, you guys. Like, it is so incredible. You know, last year, you guys, I had a month where my paycheck literally went from $30,000 to $50,000 from one month to the following month. Do you think that happened in just that month? No. It was compounding over time leading up to that time, which is called momentum, which is called consistency, which is called duplication. But that's the power of this business. Did I make an extra $20,000 with the distributors that I signed that month? No, I sure did not. But I coached people and I helped people for a couple years to get there. And you know what? I don't regret it, because where can you get a $20,000 pay raise? You just can't. You cannot get it anywhere else, you guys. And a residual one for that matter, right? So that's the power of this duplication, the business. It is the duplication, but you have got to have grit. Like, I am not going to treat you guys anymore like you are the 99%. I am not going to tippy toe around you. It is going to take consistency and hard work and grit, because people are going to tell you no. Some people might talk about you, but honestly, I've found that 99% really are actually pretty nice and supportive, to be honest. You just block the rest and they just disappear. But that's just the truth. Like, you are in a social media network marketing business. And once you can just get over that hump and just be like, I am who I am. I'm getting loud about my goals because I want, you know, to duplicate my talents. I don't want to bury my 1. Stop burying your 1. Every single time that you care what somebody thinks, you are burying that 1 instead of going out there and duplicating yourself. But like, we're not going to play small anymore. I know there is shiz going on in the world, but guess what? You're the 1%. You are the light at the end of the freaking tunnel for so many people out there, and you have to start acting like it. Okay. And the way that Jamie, just going to claps for Jamie tonight, changed our lives. It's just been so much fun to do our little like social challenge, you guys. Y'all have to, if you haven't seen it, basically it's in the team page in the announcement section. You'll see it there. We all already created what we're doing every single day, and you guys have to go to one of the Triples and Up pages and see what we're doing. We went over some objections on our stories today, and it's crazy because I have newbies signing from the random things that we're doing, and it's so much fun because you already know what you're doing. You just have to copy Jamie. This business, guess what? The duplication is being a copycat. Y'all are so lucky. I never had a first 3 days of posting. I didn't have training videos. I didn't have anything. I went and I found someone. I'm like, okay, what is she doing? Okay, she posted. Okay, I should post. Oh, okay, copy and paste. I copy and pasted that crap. No shame. Like, you have to copy to learn. And with this like social thing that we're doing, it's been so much fun. And you literally just have to copy what the leaders are doing. Like, people are at where you want to be at. Why would you not listen to them? I had a girl a couple weeks ago. She quit the day she started because she's like, I want a separate Instagram. And I was like, you're not allowed to have one. I said it in a loving way, but I was like, you're not allowed to have one. She's like, I really want one. I'm like, you're not allowed to have one. And she just was like, I can't do it then. And I was like, you can try, but it's not going to work. Like, and the thing is I'm not going to cater to 99%. I know what will work. It's your own Instagram, you being you getting out there and sharing your goals and sharing your real life. And that's just what it's going to take. And so we're not going to tippy toe around anyone. We're going to have fun, and we're going to show the world that we do work hard and we do work consistently. but we also can make $10,000 a month. We could make $40,000 a month. You can make your $500 a month that will get you off of that food stamps and Medicaid, or, you know, buy your sister's groceries, because maybe your groceries are paid for, but, you know, maybe she lives in Texas. Maybe she had a freaking water bill that went crazy in Texas. Like, I don't know, you guys. And sometimes you don't actually know. Sometimes you don't know why you need the money. You know, Jamie, she didn't need the money, but she started for the freedom of time, and she has the freedom of time, but she's actually changed a lot more lives than just her own. And so maybe that was actually the purpose. Maybe like, yeah, getting the time with her family is why she wanted it and the vision she created. But the plan was bigger. The plan was her team. The plan is Eden. The plan is Janae. The plan is all these other people's lives that she changed. So you don't even know your plan, but we have to be the 1%, you guys, and we have to be loud about it. And so be the person that is out there and excited and grateful and proud to be a part of this business. Like, am I blasting, I'm a part of it, works everywhere? No, because that's not how social media is. You have to bring curiosity. But am I like, I saw, oh my gosh, Kara, I was cracking up. The way she poured her collagen in her drink the other day, she like covered up the It Works, and she's like, guys, look at what I'm drinking. Because we want to bring curiosity. Like, we still have to be smart about it, but we can be proud at the same time as being smart. We can say, sure as heck, I sell something and I'm damn proud of it. Sure as heck, I'm part of network marketing and I am dang proud of it because I have changed so many people's lives. But I'm excited to read the book that Jamie shared with us at the beginning, because I think it's going to be a game changer, because that even happens to me. I'm like, is it like crazy for me to put out that I want to make $160K a month when there are people that like can't even pay their bills? And then I'm like, yes, it is, because I get to change a lot of people's lives. And we rise by lifting other people, not meeting them at the bottom, right? That's what it is. So I love you all, and let's start treating our businesses like businesses consistently, and counting on ourselves, and just be really loud about our goals. I'm going to get even louder. I'm going to start blasting 160K all over the damn place. And I love you all, and I hope you have a good Monday.